Assalamu alaikum viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show these 15 formulas which are commonly used in Microsoft Excel. So let's get started. At first we will talk about sum formula. Sum formula adds the number together. Let's say we want to add all these numbers together. We select a cell here, and if we go here we can see some automatic formula which are given here by default, and if we click on any of them the formula will be inserted into this cell automatically. But today here I will show how to insert formula from keyboard. So select this cell and insert equal sign. Every formula start with equal sign, sum, bracket, and if we select this range here and close the bracket, we will get the total amount. Now if we go into the formula again, just double click here or press F2 from the keyboard, just delete this range and select this range, press enter from the keyboard, and we get the total of these numbers only, because by default sum formula ignores the text value or any empty cells. Okay, delete this and insert the formula average, equal sign average, press tab from the keyboard, and if we select this range, close the bracket, press enter, we get the average of the total number. And delete this and insert max formula, tab from the keyboard, and if we select the same range, close the bracket, press enter, we will get the highest number, I mean maximum number from the range. This 20,000 is the maximum number, so we get it. Now if we go to the formula again and write here min and press enter, we will get the lowest number from the range. See, the lowest number is 3000, so we get 3000 here. So you understand sum, average, maximum and minimum. Okay, now let's talk about SUMIF. SUMIF also adds the number together but based on criteria. Look at the syntax here, SUMIF, range, criteria, sum range. If we select our range here, and inside this range if we select a criteria, let's say Russell, we will get the total amount of Russells added together. Okay, let's select a cell here and insert the formula equal sign SUMIF, tab from the keyboard, and range. We select this range, comma, and now criteria. If we select this criteria Russell and comma, and now our sum range. Our sum range is this one. Okay, now if we close the bracket and press enter, we will get 120,000. That means Russell's total cell is 120,000. Okay, let's see our data. Russell here 50,000, Russell here 70,000. That means these two together becomes 120,000. Okay, now notice if I write here Russell and if I go into the formula again, this is our criteria, A26 number cell. This is our criteria. If we delete this and take this cell reference Russell from here and press enter, we still have 120,000. Russell's total cell 120,000. Now if we change this name to Cynthia, okay, and press enter, we will get 260,000. That means Cynthia's total cell is 260,000. You see, Cynthia here 200,000 and Cynthia here 60,000, 260,000. That means if we change the name in this cell, we will get the total amount of that particular name. Okay, we can use logical operator or wildcards in our criteria. For example, if we select a cell here, write greater than 50,000 and select a cell here, insert the formula equal sign SUMIF, tab, range, our range is this one, comma, and we have to write here greater than 50,000. We have to remember that whenever we write any text value or logical operator or wildcards, we have to write it in between quotation mark. So quotation mark here, greater than sign 50,000 quotation mark close bracket close. If we press enter, we will get 460,000. That means only the amounts more than 50,000 will be added together. Now let's see how to use wildcards. Here we will use asterisk. Asterisk lets us use a part of a text or data. For example, we want to see the total amount of Sony television only. If we select a cell here and insert the formula equal sign SUMIF tab range, our range will be this one, comma, and we want to put criteria here, so within quotation mark we write Sony. But since Sony is the part of this full text, we have to put here asterisk, then Sony, then quotation mark, then comma, then our sum range. Our sum range will be this one. Okay, if we close the bracket here and press enter, we will get 180,000. You see, Sony here 50,000, Sony here 60,000, Sony here 70,000. The total Sony amount is 180,000. And if we write here asterisk Sony, and inside the formula, if we delete this one and if we take cell reference here, when we take cell reference, remember we don't need to put quotation mark. Just click here, and if we press enter, still 180,000. And if we change the name now, let's say Bravia, and press enter, we will get 270,000. You see Bravia here 200,000, Bravia here 70,000. So we get the total amount of Bravia here. So this is how we can use logical operator or wildcards with SUMIF formula. Now let's talk about AVERAGEIF. Before that, we delete this. AVERAGEIF also works like SUMIF. Only difference is AVERAGEIF doesn't add the numbers, it averages the number. For example, if we select a cell here and insert the formula equal sign AVERAGEIF tab, select a range here, comma, select the criteria Russell, comma, and average range. We have to select this one, close the bracket, enter. Now 60,000. As you see here, Russell cell is 50,000 and 70,000. Total is 120,000. So average the total numbers of Russell 60,000. And other things like logical operator and wildcards are also used in AVERAGEIF in the same way we have used in SUMIF. Alright, so let's go to SUMIFS now. SUMIFS formula also adds the number together based on criteria. But here we can use multiple criteria. Let's say we want to see how many sales Russell has made, we can get that. Or we want to see how many Sony television sales Russell has made, we can get that. Or if we want, we can use more criteria with this formula. Okay, let's see. If we select a cell here and insert the formula equal sign SUMIFS tab sum range, this is our sum range, comma, now criteria range 1, this is our criteria range 1, comma, and now criteria 1, this is our criteria 1, comma, and now criteria range 2, this is our criteria range 2, comma, and now criteria 2. So our criteria 2 is this one. And if we close the bracket now and press enter, we will see 130,000. That means Russell has made sales of Sony television 130,000. See, Russell Sony television 50,000, Russell Sony television 80,000. That means 130,000. And here we can see another cell Russell has made 60,000, that is for Philips television. So if we write here Russell and Sony, and now if we go inside the formula, and this is our criteria 1, Russell, we delete this one and we take the cell reference here, and this is our criteria 2. We delete this one and take our cell reference from here, press enter. We can see Russell, Sony television, 130,000. But now if we change the brand name here, Bravia, and press enter, we see there is no sale of Bravia from Russell. Russell didn't sell any Bravia television. Okay, if we change this name to Cynthia and press enter, we can see Cynthia has made a sale of Bravia 200,000. Cynthia has made a sale of 200,000. This is how SUMIFS formula works. It also supports logical operators and wildcards. Now let's go to see count formula. Count formula counts the numbers of the cells that have numeric values inside. Okay, if we select a cell here and insert the formula equal sign count tab, and if we select this range, close the bracket and press enter, we see the result is 6, because it counts these 6 cells, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and these empty cells it doesn't count. So it counts only those cells which have numeric values or numbers inside. Okay, if we delete this range and select all this range and press enter, still 6, because these 6 cells have numeric values inside. So it counts these 6 cells only. It doesn't count those cells which have text values inside, or it doesn't count the empty cell. Okay, now COUNTA. COUNTA counts all the cells except empty cells. Okay, insert formula equal sign COUNTA, tab from the keyboard, and if we select this range, close the bracket and press enter, we see it counts 18 cell, 6, 12, and these 18 cells. It doesn't count the empty cells. Okay, now let's go to COUNTIF. COUNTIF formula counts cells in the range based on criteria. Let's select a cell here and insert formula equal sign COUNTIF, tab from the keyboard, and if we select a range here, comma, and if we select our criteria, let's say Russell, close the bracket, press enter, we see the result is 2. That means this range have 2 cells which contains Russell. This formula also supports logical operators and wildcards. Now let's go to see COUNTIFS. Okay, COUNTIFS also count the cells based on criteria, but here we can use multiple criteria. Okay, we select a cell here and insert formula equal sign COUNTIFS, press tab from the keyboard, criteria range 1, we select a criteria range, comma, and then criteria 1, we select our first criteria Russell, comma, and then criteria range 2, we select this criteria range 2, comma, and criteria 2, we select Sony as our criteria 2, and if we close the bracket and press enter, we get the result 2. That means Russell sold 2 Sony television, one here and one here. Okay, now if I write the name Russell here and here Sony, and if I go to formula again, and the first criteria, if we delete this and take this cell reference, and the last criteria, if we delete this and take this cell reference, press enter, still Russell sold 2 Sony television. If we change this to Bravia, Russell didn't sell any Bravia television. And if we change this name to Cynthia, press enter, we can see Cynthia sold Bravia television 1. You see, Cynthia sold 1 Bravia television. Okay, this is how we can use COUNTIFS formula to find out any sales or any data from a huge data. And we can use logical operator and wildcards as well. So let's go to the next formula, round, round up, round down. Round function gives our number or digit a round figure. Okay, select a cell here, insert the formula round, tab, number, select this number, comma, and if we put 0 here, the number before the decimal point will be rounded, and if we put 1 here, the number after the decimal point will be rounded. Okay, at first we put 0, close the bracket, enter. You see 20 has become 21, and now if we put 1 here, press enter, the 86 become 90. Alright, now let's look at round up. Equal round up, tab, round up, round the numbers up. Okay, number, select here, comma, and if we put 0 here, close the bracket, enter, 20 has become 21. If we copy and paste, we can see all the numbers are rounded up. 52 has become 53, 25.32 has become 26, and so on. And now let's see the round down. Equal sign, round down, tab, the number here, comma, if we put 0, close the bracket, round down, always round the numbers down. Okay, if we copy and paste, we can see 20.86 has become 20, 52.30 has become 52, and so on. So this is how round up, round down, and round function works. Now let's go to concatenate. This is very interesting formula. Concatenate formula joins 2 or more text values from different cells. Okay, we select a cell here and insert the formula equal sign concatenate, tab from the keyboard. Okay, text 1, we select this one, then comma, now text 2, we select this one, close the bracket and press enter. See Russell, Candy. Russell and Candy, these 2 texts become 1 text here. Alright, now we will see how to join a text value with a date value. Select a cell here, insert the formula equal sign concatenate, tab, and the text 1. Our text 1 is month, this one. Click this one, comma, and now we have to use text formula because we need to convert this date value to text value. So use text formula here, text, tab, and now the value. Our value is this one, comma, quotation mark, we can use colon here, space, format text. So the format is month, 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 quotation mark closed, close the text function bracket, and now close the concatenate function bracket. Press enter. You see we get month February. So this date month converted to text value. Okay, in the same way we can convert the year or day into text value. Let's see, go here at the end of the bracket and put a comma here and insert the text function again, text, tab, the value, our value is this one, comma, quotation mark, we can put a hyphen here, and now the format is year, 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 quotation mark closed, and the concatenate bracket closed, and if we press enter we will see month, February, and the year. This is how we can use concatenate function. And with this I'm going to end this video today. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel and give a thumbs up to this video. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.